What's up, Runks, and welcome back to All the Castles, the show where we visit all the castles in the UK. Today we're here at Dacre Castle in the quite just peaceful village of Dacre in Cumbria. It's a very impressive castle, isn't it? I mean, you've got all that, it looks mighty, a bit intimidating, I mean, I don't think that the TV aerial and the chimney at the top really do it many favours, or that rusted pipe there, but it is looking magnifico.
Hello, as Simon said, this is Dacre Castle, and it's one of the few castles that's actually within the boundaries of the Lake District National Park. It was built in the mid-14th century by a lady called Margaret, who was the widow of Ralph Dacre, but she was also a wealthy landowner in her own right, and the Dacres owned this for a number of centuries. But it did eventually fall into the hands of a family called Hassel, who I believe still own it now and lease it out as a private home. There was a time when it was open to the public, but that stopped when that was a proviso of a grant they got from the Department of Works to restore it. They had to then open it to the public, but that agreement eventually lapsed, and it's now a private house. But the good thing is that it is open, it is right by a public footpath, so you can get literally within touching distance. You'll notice the four towers, it's based on a square plan, and the four towers are not the same size. The one with the TV aerial is much bigger than the others, both in height and width. The walls are very thick, they're about 7 feet thick, so it's not surprising really that it stood the test of time. And what we have right in front of us here are the remains of a moat. You can't trace it all the way around now, but originally it was around 3 sides, and what we're looking at here was the old courtyard.
Let's go.
Round and have a look at the front.
Walking with my dad, 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 he's a lad, dun dun.
It looks on this tower as if there was either, what do you think, Simon? Do you think that's a blocked up window, or there was once a plaque there?
It looks like the bottom of the window frame.
Yeah.
The bottom, I think it's
So yeah, I mean these
window.
windows are quite old, but I don't think they date back to medieval times. Perhaps that one does, and the tiny one up there, right near the top of the tower.
Oh, I've even got. Yeah, I've got it on camera now.
Yeah. The building was owned by the Dacres until 1715, when it was sold to the Hassels, and Edward Hassel was a steward of Lady Anne Clifford, so he'd know quite a bit about restoring old castles, but they did eventually let it deteriorate a bit, and for a time it was used as a farm. It's only in 1961 that it started being restored properly.
Sorry about the erratic camera movements. It's done it again, where it started shifting modes without me pressing it. Not very Lamau funny.
Well, the trees in the garden make it a bit difficult to tell if this really is the front of the house, but I suspect it is. No, jumping up and down doesn't really help, but as you can see, there are one or two unfortunate modern accoutrements, but I suppose that's only to be expected. It's a beautiful situation here. Lots of Lovely views from the top, I would think. And yeah, we'll say goodbye from Dacre Castle. Oh, I have forgotten to mention, apparently inside the main hall at the bottom there is an original lavabo, which is a sort of recess for washing hands, and that's believed to date from the medieval period.
How does it work, Dad?
Well, they just they sort of pump, I think, to pump water into it, and then they put a washing bowl in as well. So Simon is touching the castle.
I taught
So,
you lots of history.
Yeah,
Woo!
that's Dacre Castle for you. Hello, the reason I'm filming in front of the parish church is partly because it's nice, but also because when we're at the castle I forgot to mention something. It is attached to a rather fanciful legend that there was a meeting of three kings in 957. That's Athelstan of England, Owen of Cumbria, and Constantine III of Scotland, so that one of the rooms in the castle is known as the Room of the Three Kings in relation to that legend, but it's not very certain that that meeting ever took place, and it's certainly not certain that it took place in Dacre, but I thought I'd mention it.
Let's go, kids.